15 perennial plants that feed you year after year. Imagine stepping barefoot onto fresh earth, holding a steaming cup in your hands. Birds are chatting softly overhead, and there it is, your garden, overflowing with food. Greens, herbs, vegetables, all growing strong without you breaking a sweat. No replanting every season, no constant fussing, just abundance, year after year. That's the power of perennial plants. And I'm William Scott, here at Hidden Gardening Secrets, ready to show you exactly which plants will transform your garden into an easy, self-sustaining paradise. If you want to grow more food with less work, go ahead and hit that subscribe button right now. Trust me, you'll want to stick around for this one. And while you're at it, tap the like button. It helps more people discover these gardening secrets just like you. Now, settle in, grab that coffee, and let's discover the plants that will change how you garden forever. Plant number 1, mint. Let's kick things off with a plant that basically grows itself, mint. This herb doesn't wait for permission. Once you put it in the ground, it explodes with life, spreading joy and fragrance everywhere it goes. Walk past a patch of mint on a summer morning, and you'll catch that crisp, cooling scent floating through the air. It wraps around you like a refreshing breeze. Run your fingers through the leaves, and boom! Instant aromatherapy. That bright, clean smell that makes everything feel lighter and fresher. Here's why mint belongs in every lazy gardener's life. It grows without asking for help. Give it sunshine, give it decent soil. That's it. No fancy care routine, no worrying about schedules. Mint thrives because it wants to live, not because you forced it to. The leaves stay soft and vibrant, catching morning light like tiny green mirrors. Pick a handful and toss them in iced tea, cocktails, or hot water for soothing herbal tea. Chop them into salads, desserts, syrup, even savory sauces. Every leaf bursts with flavor, cool, bold, and unmistakably fresh. Now, here's the honest truth. Mint loves to wander. It sends runners underground, popping up in new spots, claiming territory like a friendly explorer. If you don't want it taking over your entire garden, plant it in a container or a dedicated corner where it can roam freely without bothering other plants. But honestly, that wild spirit is part of mint's charm. It reminds you that gardens don't need to be controlled or perfect. They just need to be alive. Plant number 2, chives. Next up, let's talk about one of the most loyal companions your garden will ever know, chives. These slender green stalks show up every spring like clockwork, asking for nothing, giving everything. Chives don't complain when you forget to water them. They don't sulk if you ignore them for weeks. They simply wait patiently, and when the time is right, they rise again, graceful, green, and ready to serve. Stand beside a cluster of chives early in the day, and you'll see their thin leaves swaying gently, catching dewdrops that sparkle like little diamonds. Brush your hand across them, and that mild onion fragrance fills the air, warm, earthy, comforting. But the real magic? Every part of this plant gives something back. Snip the green stalks and chop them into scrambled eggs for a fresh, bright flavor that wakes up breakfast. Sprinkle them on soups, baked potatoes, or salads, and suddenly your meal tastes homegrown and alive. And here's the showstopper. Those round, purple blooms that appear in late spring, they're edible too, carrying a gentle onion flavor and a pop of color that makes any dish look fancy without you even trying. Chives are the definition of plant it and forget it gardening. Once they're established, they come back stronger every year, filling your garden with beauty and flavor, whether you remember them or not. Quick reminder, friends, if you're finding value in this, smash that like button and drop a comment below. Tell me which plant you're most excited to grow. I read every single one, and I love hearing from you. And if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Hit that button and join the Hidden Gardening Secrets family. Plant number 3, oregano. If your garden could have a heartbeat, oregano would be right at its center, steady, warm, and full of life. This herb feels like home from the moment you plant it. Every time the breeze sweeps through, the air fills with that familiar, cozy aroma. Herby, rich, earthy. It's the smell of comfort food, of lazy Sunday dinners, of meals shared with the people you love. But beyond the scent, oregano is tough. Once it settles into your soil, it asks almost nothing. Forget to water? No problem. Poor soil? It shrugs and grows anyway. Too much sun?
it soaks it up like a blessing. Oregano grows low and dense, spreading into a soft green carpet that covers bare ground beautifully. You can pinch off the tips whenever you need fresh flavor for cooking, and the plant doesn't just survive, it comes back fuller and bushier than before. The more you harvest, the more it rewards you. It's like the plant knows you're taking care of it by using it, so it keeps giving back. And when it blooms, tiny white or purple flowers appear, buzzing with bees and butterflies. Suddenly, your garden becomes more than just food. It becomes a little ecosystem, alive, fragrant, and thriving all on its own. Plant number 4, thyme. Thyme is that quiet friend who never demands the spotlight, but somehow makes everything better just by showing up. In the garden, it creeps low and steady, weaving through cracks and corners, filling every empty space with tiny green leaves that shimmer in the sunlight. This little perennial is incredibly tough. Dry soil? It loves it. Poor conditions? Bring it on! Thyme is the kind of plant that proves resilience doesn't need to be loud. Sometimes it just quietly grows, day after day, without fuss or drama. Each tiny leaf is packed with concentrated flavor. Just a sprinkle of fresh thyme can turn plain roasted vegetables into something gourmet. It elevates chicken, fish, soups, breads, basically anything it touches. And here's the best part for lazy gardeners. Once thyme is established, it practically takes care of itself. Give it sunshine, a little space, and it will quietly flourish for years without asking for anything more. Plant number 5, rosemary. Now let's talk about a plant that doesn't just grow, it makes a statement. Rosemary is the kind of herb that commands presence, standing tall and proud, filling your garden with structure and life. Some plants feel alive the moment you touch them, and rosemary is absolutely one of them. Run your fingers along those needle-like leaves, and that rich, piney aroma bursts out, wrapping you in warmth and energy. It's sharp, yet comforting, like the smell of a kitchen alive with cooking and love. Rosemary grows strong and evergreen, adding texture and beauty to any garden corner. You can plant it along pathways, in containers, or tucked beside other herbs, and it will thrive for years, asking only for sunlight and an occasional drink of water. Here's the secret every lazy gardener should know. Cutting rosemary doesn't hurt it, it helps it. Pruning encourages fuller, bushier growth. So every time you snip sprigs for roasted chicken, homemade bread, or infused oils, you're actually making the plant healthier and stronger. Rosemary is low-maintenance, high-reward gardening at its finest.
Plant number 6, sage. There are plants you grow for beauty, some for flavor. And then there's sage, the plant you grow for peace. Sage feels alive in a different way, like every leaf carries ancient wisdom. Touch those soft, velvety leaves, and you'll feel nature reminding you to slow down. Breathe in, and that earthy, grounding scent washes over you, deep, calming, like warm soil after gentle rain. Sage isn't just a plant, it's a presence. It stands steady and strong, with gray-green leaves that shimmer silver in sunlight. Even from across the garden, sage radiates quiet strength. And for lazy gardeners, this is one of the easiest herbs you'll ever grow. Give it sunshine, give it space. Done. Sage loves well-drained soil and actually prefers being left alone. Overwatering? It hates that. The less you fuss, the happier it becomes. Forget to water for a week? Sage forgives. Too busy to tend the garden? Sage waits patiently. It's built for survival, asking for almost nothing while giving you years of beautiful, flavorful leaves. Plant number 7, lemon balm. If happiness had a scent, it might just smell like lemon balm. The first time you brush against its leaves, the air around you shifts. That fresh, citrusy aroma lifts your mood instantly, like the plant is exhaling pure joy. Lemon balm is ridiculously easy to grow. Plant it once, and it rewards you endlessly. It's part of the mint family, which means it's strong, forgiving, and persistent. In fact, it grows so well that gardeners jokingly call it the cheerful wanderer, because once it finds a happy spot, it spreads and fills your garden with soft green life. For lazy gardeners, this is pure gold. Lemon balm doesn't need rich soil or daily watering.
It handles partial sun or full sun. Just give it a bit of space, and it does the rest. Use the leaves fresh in teas, lemonades, salads, or desserts. The flavor is bright and citrusy without being sharp, refreshing, calming, and naturally sweet. Hey, before we keep going, do me a quick favor. If you're enjoying this and learning something new, hit that share button and send this to a friend who loves gardening. And drop a comment telling me which of these plants you already have growing. I love hearing your stories. It helps build this amazing community here at Hidden Gardening Secrets. Plant number 8, asparagus. Let's talk about a garden treasure that rewards patience better than anything else. Asparagus. At first glance, those thin green spears pushing through the soil might seem shy, almost uncertain. But don't be fooled. Asparagus is a quiet powerhouse. Once it settles into your garden, it becomes a lifelong companion, returning every spring with tender shoots that taste like sunshine and earth. The first year tests your patience. You plant it, water it, and wait, wondering if anything's even happening. But asparagus plays the long game. It's building deep roots underground, preparing for decades of steady harvests. And once it takes hold, unstoppable. One morning you'll step outside, and there they'll be, bright green spears rising through the soil like promises kept. The beauty of asparagus lies in its rhythm. Every spring it rises, every year it gives a little more. You don't dig it up or replant it, just mulch it lightly, water when you remember, and it handles everything else. In fact, too much attention might even bother it. Asparagus prefers space to do its own thing, growing strong and independent season after season. Plant number 9, rhubarb. If your garden had a storyteller, one that returned each year with color and personality, it would be rhubarb. Rhubarb grows with character. Those bold red stalks push through the soil early in spring, long before most plants even wake up. They stretch confidently upward, crowned with large, crinkled green leaves that look hand-painted by nature itself. Just standing beside rhubarb makes your garden feel alive again after the quiet of winter. And the best part, this plant actually thrives on being left alone. No hovering, no fussing. Once it's settled in, it grows year after year, strong, vibrant, and generous. Give rhubarb a sunny corner and a bit of compost now and then, and it repays you with abundance every season. It shrugs off cold weather, brushes aside neglect, and keeps showing up faithfully. Even if you forget about it for a year, it forgives you. The next spring, it rises again like a gentle reminder that growth never truly stops. Plant number 10, sorrel. Now let's talk about a plant that wakes up your garden and your taste buds with almost no effort. Sorrel feels alive with flavor. The moment you taste it, that lemony tang hits you. Sharp, refreshing, bright, like a squeeze of pure sunshine. It's nature's way of saying simple things can still surprise you. Best part, you barely lift a finger. Sorrel is a hardy perennial. Once you plant it, it settles in and keeps coming back season after season. It laughs at neglect, shrugs off pests, and flourishes in both rich soil and rough corners where nothing else wants to grow. Snip a few leaves, and they quickly grow back, eager to feed you again. In spring, when most greens are still waking up, sorrel is already there, waving fresh green leaves like it's calling you over. Toss it into salads, blend it into soups, or stir it into sauces for that natural citrus kick. In cooler months, it keeps growing strong, unfazed by a little chill, staying green long after other plants fade.
Plant number 11, kale. Kale is that quiet overachiever every garden needs. Strong, reliable, ready to feed you all year long. It asks for so little, yet gives so much. Once you plant kale, it doesn't just grow, it thrives. Even when everything around it struggles, you can almost feel its determination. Whether it's under hot sun or facing cool winds, kale keeps standing tall, broad leaves catching morning dew, deep green veins glowing softly in the light. Touch them, and you'll feel that subtle strength, steady but flexible, like a plant built for endurance. What makes kale perfect for lazy gardeners is its patience. Forget to water for a few days? It forgives you. Harvest too much? It bounces right back. In many climates, kale keeps growing through fall. And in some places, it even sweetens after a light frost. That's nature's secret. A touch of cold turns its flavor softer, milder, almost buttery. Each leaf is packed with nutrients, iron, calcium, vitamins A and C, turning simple meals into something truly nourishing. Pluck young leaves for salads, or let them mature for soups, smoothies, or stir-fries. And because it regenerates from the center, you'll have an endless supply without replanting. Plant number 12, strawberries. There's something magical about strawberries. Just hearing the word brings memories of sunshine, laughter, maybe a warm afternoon when you picked the one straight from the garden and tasted that burst of sweetness for the first time. It's the fruit of simple joy, and you don't need to work hard for it. Once you plant strawberries, they quietly start building a world of their own. They spread through runners, those long, slender vines that creep gently across the soil, setting down roots wherever they touch. It's like they're saying, "Don't worry, I'll take care of this part." Within a season or two, you'll have a carpet of green dotted with white blossoms that later turn into bright red jewels, sweet, soft, and full of life. For lazy gardeners, strawberries are pure reward. They thrive in raised beds, containers, hanging pots, even along garden edges where other plants might struggle. Just a bit of sun, loose soil, and a little love in their first year. After that, they mostly take care of themselves. They don't need fancy fertilizers or endless weeding. And when the rains come, they soak it up and give back tenfold. Plant number 13, Egyptian walking onion. If there's one plant that seems to have its own mind, a plant that moves, grows, and multiplies without you lifting a finger, it's the Egyptian walking onion. This one's a little rebel in the garden. Unlike regular onions that stay politely in their row, this plant likes to explore. It grows tall green stalks that shoot up proudly, and at the top, it forms clusters of little baby onions called bulbils. When those get heavy, they bend down and touch the soil. And just like that, they take root and start a brand new plant. It's like watching nature walk across your garden. You don't replant, divide, or pamper it. It does all the work for you. Once it's in the ground, it spreads slowly but surely, creating a self-sustaining patch of onions that comes back every year. Use the green stalks like scallions, or pull up a few small bulbs when you need flavor in your cooking. The taste? Sharp, earthy, full-bodied. A little kick that reminds you why homegrown food always feels richer. Even if you forget to water or weed, the Egyptian walking onion doesn't mind. It thrives on independence. Plant it once, and it keeps feeding you without complaint, asking only for sunlight and a bit of space to wander. Plant number 14, Jerusalem artichokes, also known as sunchokes. Let's talk about one of the most effortlessly abundant plants you'll ever grow, the Jerusalem artichokes. If there was ever a plant that defined plant it and forget it, this is it. Drop a few tubers into the soil, and they take charge. No pampering, no fertilizers, no delicate tending. Just sunlight, a bit of rain, and they'll transform your garden into a sea of tall golden blooms that look like miniature sunflowers smiling back at you. Beneath all that beauty lies the real treasure, knobby, nutty-flavored tubers hiding quietly in the soil. They look humble, almost shy, but once you dig them up, you'll realize just how generous this plant is. Roast them, mash them, or sauté them. They have a sweet, earthy flavor like a cross between a potato and a chestnut. And the best part? No matter how many you harvest, they always come back. Leave a few in the ground and they'll regrow year after year, stronger, fuller, more abundant. But a word of honesty, Jerusalem artichokes don't know how to quit. They spread easily, sometimes more than you expect. For a lazy gardener, though, that means guaranteed food and flowers without constant replanting. Just give them a corner to call their own, and they'll reward you endlessly. Plant number 15, Comfrey. Every garden needs a healer, a plant that gives more than it takes. That's Comfrey. Comfrey is the deep worker in the garden world. Its roots reach far down into the soil, pulling up hidden nutrients that other plants can't reach. And then, like a gift, it brings all that goodness to the surface into its thick, soft leaves that feel almost like velvet when you touch them. This plant is a powerhouse, quietly transforming your soil and feeding everything around it. You don't fertilize or pamper it. It does the work itself. Every time you cut it back, those nutrient-rich leaves can be dropped right on the ground as mulch or turned into natural compost tea. The result? Dark, healthy soil that keeps your garden thriving without a single store-bought product. Comfrey asks for almost nothing but gives back everything your garden needs to flourish. Closing. So, there you have it. 15 perennial edibles ready to turn your garden into a self-sustaining, flavorful paradise. Each one tells a story of patience, beauty, and quiet abundance. You plant them once, and they keep coming back, reminding you that nature was never meant to be complicated. Sometimes the best gardens are the ones that let you rest. It's not about doing less, it's about doing smart things. It's about planting with intention, trusting the soil, and enjoying the gifts that come with time. A true garden doesn't need constant control. It just needs care and a little bit of faith. If you enjoyed this journey, go ahead and hit that like button. It tells me you're loving this kind of content and helps more garden lovers find it too. And if you haven't already, subscribe to Hidden Gardening Secrets. This is just the beginning of what we're building together. Drop a comment and let me know which plant you're adding to your garden first. I'm William Scott, and I'll see you in the next one. Happy gardening, friends.